Okay, for these candles, for all candles on every candle, all depends on where the candle open in function for the previous range. For anticipate one big manipulation or one little manipulation. Okay. Um, every candle or power of three have the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So in one case is one little accumulation or little manipulation, but all depends the previous range. For example, here in today, in function for the previous range, where is the opening 10 a.m. candle in function for the previous range? Previous range, this high, this low. And 10 a.m. opening here in this black line. So in function for the previous range, 10 a.m. open in the one deviation in this area, the reaccumulation one deviation or mid deviation here. So when this candle open in the one deviation or the 1.5 deviation for accumulation, you only will expect one little manipulation, one little wick. In other words, little wick here. For continuations, the 2 and 2.5 deviations here. 2.5 deviations here. Okay, this is one case. Today, little manipulation from this candle. But in other case, when price need one deep retracement, price is in the opening 2 or 2.5 deviations. Price have one more big manipulation for this retracement. Imagine price. Imagine for one moment this black line. It's the 10 a.m. opening. Okay, so this is the 2.5 deviations here. So for one moment, only imagine this. This is the opening 10 a.m. Here, opening 2.5 deviation. When you have this stage, price opening 2.5 deviations, and you will expect one retracement, the wick or the manipulation phase for this candle is more big because price is looking for one discount in 2.5 deviation. Imagine price open 2.5 deviations and continue below the equilibrium or discount. When price finish this retracement in 4 deviations, on 3.5 deviations, or 2 and 2.5 deviations, on high time frame PDRA, you will expect this wick or this manipulation it's finished. For continuations, price printed the distribution phase. So when price continue in this direction, all this initial move in bearish move, it's only the wick. It's only, imagine this is the candle, it's opening. This is the wick, 4 deviations, and price reversals above the time opening here. When price it's above the time opening, body the candle, it's printed here. But all this big wick, the reason for this big retracement is because this candle opened in 2.5 deviation and price is looking for one retracement or one reversal. But in this case, one retracement, big wick here, and this is your other stage, little manipulation or big manipulation, all depends for the previous range or the previous standard deviations range. So if you work in 10 a.m., your previous standard deviation range is 6 a.m. If you work in the 2 p.m. candle, your standard deviation, what candle is question. What candle is your framework? Exactly, 10 a.m. It's your framework for the 2 p.m. candle. The previous range, it's no ambiguous. If you work in 6 a.m. candle, your framework is for 2 a.m. candle. For example, today in the CPI, your framework for CPI, what candle is? Look, every vertical separator here, it's 140 power of 3. So 2 a.m. it's the first, the London kill zone. The next 6 a.m. The next 10 a.m. So if you working in the 2 a.m. range, for example here, Asia range 10 p.m. here, 10 p.m. your range projections here, this low and this high. Two and a half deviations here. This is the range projections. Okay, so the next power of 3, 2 a.m. So in 2 a.m., when you are in the 2 a.m. here, in 2 a.m. price is in the 2 and 2.5 deviations here. It's in 2 and 2.5 deviations. So the 2 a.m. candle in function for the previous range open in 2.5 deviations and 2 deviations. Okay, this is your range. So you will expect one retracement or one reversal. In this case, for example, it's 2 a.m. Asia range lows here. So its probability in this candle one retracement or one reversal because the opening it's in the 2 and 2.5 deviations in function for the previous range. Asia lows taken here, but the question or the more important thing here is price open in 2 and 2.5 deviations for the previous range. This is the more important thing. So the next candle, 6 a.m. candle. Okay, Asia lows taken, the more recent range here, this high and this low. Okay. So the next candle, 6 a.m. candle. 6 a.m. candle today, it's before CPI, so it's probability shopping market or consolidation because it's before one economic driver here, but it's the same dynamic. You identify the previous range, the previous 4 candle framework. Okay, 6 a.m. opening and consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. And what happened here? Economic driver here, CPI, and what happened? Price reacted 4 deviations here in this candle. 2 and 2.5 deviations, it's no ratchet, so the continuations here it's high probability here because 6 a.m. it's in the 1.5 deviations in this area, 1 and 1.5 deviation in this area, and price is waiting for the CPI relays. So when CPI is relays, price it's in the 1 and 1.5 deviation, immediately move to the 2 and 2.5 deviations and the 4 deviation. This is one single move. This is the same candle working in this range. Okay, and price taken this CPI low. In this moment, 10 a.m. opening, it's the next candle. 10 a.m. here? Okay, so what is your range here in function for the previous range? This last bearish move in CPI, the initial move, 4 deviations, okay, boom, ratchet here, boom, bust. You projection this bullish move, three and a half deviation, 4 deviations, this bearish move. If you don't find one entry here in this bearish move, no problem. But it's important identify the previous range before this 10 a.m. candle opening. So the more recent or previous range when price opening 10 a.m. 10 a.m. opening is your framework here. So in function for the more recent range or previous range here, what is the opening? Price in the same candle, 4 deviations here, 3.5 deviations here. So price 3.5 deviations, 4 deviations, and the last bearish move, it's close above with these bullish candles here in this bearish move before the time opening, 10 a.m. opening. So here you have two range projections. You can take the first distribution leg. It's more close, this manipulation leg. So you take the first distribution leg and the opening from this candle, 10 a.m. candle, for the previous range or the more recent standard deviation range, it's in the 1 deviation here for the previous range. Previous range is your framework. So in this moment, price open in 1 deviation for the previous range here, because price already is in the 3.5 and 4 deviations. This is for one retracement or one reversal here. So projections here, this low and this high, the first distribution leg in this stage, and 10 a.m. open in 1 deviation. But if you have doubts with this move, you need to wait for confirmations in supports naturals or other levels for distribution or one change in the state of delivery. For example, here in 10 a.m. opening, open and look this bearish candle. This bearish candle, it's your candle for confirmation. If you are bullish and you will expect, oh, okay, 10 a.m. opening 1 deviation, so I will expect one little manipulation and continuation for the 2.5 deviations or 2 deviations, 2 or 2.5 deviations. So your range opportunity or your framework, it's in this area here. 10 a.m. opening with the 2 and 2.5 deviations. This is your range opportunity, but you need confirmations in these next moves. So your first confirmation, it's one close above this bearish candle, because price open, accumulation, remember, and manipulation move in the opposite direction, and distribution. But for the distribution, it's important first close above the time opening, 10 a.m. opening. So you need patterns in this moment here. If you don't trust in this move or in this price action, you need only confirmations. Look here. Okay, close above 10 a.m. opening. Price is in above the 10 a.m. opening. Equities open, this orange line. And right now, 1 and 1.5 deviation, you have this BC here. So in this moment, you have the confirmation from this candle 10 a.m. Price already printed this week low, and price is confirmation close above with body the candle time opening and this bearish candle, and you have one BC here, and price is above the equities open and monthly open. These lines, look the time openings here, monthly open, equities open, midnight open, and the New York opening price in the equity in the CPI relays. So in this moment, in function for the previous range, price is in one reaccumulation zone above the time openings, above the 1 deviation and 1.5 deviations, above the time opening the 4-hour candle. So this is high probability for this candle, one little wick or little manipulation for continuation to the 2 and 2.5 deviation. BC, rebalance, and your invalidation level here, it's the time opening and this order block or this BC. Remember, your stop loss or invalidation level is one time level and one price level. Time level here, it's 10 a.m. level here. Price level is this BC or this order block, this candle. And your framework is for the 2 and 2.5 deviations in this candle. Time openings in play here. the range opportunity here is for the 2 or 2.5 deviation, but if you have unfinished business, you will expect 3.5 or 4 deviations here. So for example, this is 1 hour candle, lunch hour here. It's the same 4 hour candle, yes, but when the lunch hour it's opening in function for the previous range, where is the opening? 3.5 deviation here. 3.5 deviation. So in this area, for example, in this area, or for example, in this area, this 1 hour candle in function for the previous range, it's very close, it's on the way for reach the 3.5 deviation. So the range opportunity here, it's little move here in function for the previous range here. It's one little move here. It's a no, but it's one little move. So the next candle, 1 hour, the lunch hour candle here, open in the beginning for this retracement or this reversal. So it's low probability price continue in expansion. All this in function for the previous range. Previous range is your framework. What is the opening in function for the previous range in every candle? But in the 4 hour candle, this is your framework, this candle. So its probability if price, imagine in 4 hour time frame, price is in one fair value gap here, in this fair value gap, okay, here. So imagine, only imagine this fair value gap, it's for the printed the high of the week. Okay, so this candle, this anatomy for this candle in the lower time frames open in one deviation for looking or continuation for reach this fair value gap. But when price reach this fair value gap in the same time windows 10 AM opening, its probability this candle immediately reversal and this bullish move it's only 1 week. But the initial moves it's in bullish because the opening is the important thing here. The opening it's in the 1 deviation and the drawn liquidity it's in the fair value gap. So when price reaches the PDRA higher time frame, if price have one retracement or one reversal, price is looking right now for one reversal below the time opening. And all this bullish move here, it's for 1 week. Imagine this move, it's 1 week, and when price move below the 10 AM opening, the body the candle printed below. But the time opening, it's in 1 deviation, and it's on the way for looking the PDRA or the drawn liquidity in play in the moment. So if price 10 AM opening 2 and 2.5 deviation, it's different. It's immediately retracement or reversals. It's different stage, but the important thing here is the time opening. What is the open in function for the previous range or the previous standard deviation range? Okay. More questions, more doubts before close this streaming?